say tethered to it. We were tethered to each other. But you guys were just like more. And we're like, we don't have a studio, like, I don't know. And then we tried to figure out how we could look at it and how we could, in sort of reverse, make the memory and the experience of it better for ourselves. And so we made this. We made this thing out of female friendship, and we brought our allies and friends back. And all of you have come here, and it's a trip in the best way.
Sometimes, like, the memory is the show. It's not even the show is the show anymore. It's like, we've been talking about, like, oh, we struggled on the show, whatever. Since we started going to conventions and just hanging out privately, like, the memory is the show. And we get to edit that in our brains however we want.
Completely.
It's soft and gentle now.
Absolutely. It's like, it's for me, it's been a do-over. Like this second life that One Tree Hill has taken on for me because of the conventions and things like this, it has become, it went from at the time, that was not one of my favorite jobs. That was a tough time. And now, since what we've done in the wake of it though, it has become like one of my favorite things because anything like One Tree Hill related means like I'm getting to hang out with my peeps and like the fans. And so it's like, I love it. I had no idea what the legacy of the show would be, but I will say, because I had the advantage of coming in late, whereas like you guys, you were the frog in the beaker before the water got really hot, you know? I came in season 7, and I remember someone saying to me on the show, like, we've got a serious fan base, or something to that effect, of being like, okay, yeah, every show has a fan base. You know, I know the show's a hit, but then I started shooting, and like every day seeing fans waiting at set, and how like passionate they were, and I quickly realized like, oh, and by the way, I've never had that experience before or after. I've never had it. So it was like, you could tell though that like, oh, this group is different though. Like you guys had a huge fan base in place that's part that like continues to grow somehow. Like you found the show 2-3 years ago. Like that's nuts. The fact that like conventions are still happening blows my mind.
Yeah. The fact that we keep getting surprised by it, I think, is actually kind of the key. You know, you said, how does it feel to be a part of something that's affecting people's lives? I think not thinking about it too much is the key to feeling that feeling over and over again of gratitude. You have to keep the wonder alive and really, you don't think too much about like, oh, we're really affecting people's lives. It's more just like, go back, which I'm sure you probably you can experience that in your job or in your school or whatever environment that you're in. You know, you go about your day-to-day business, and it's when you affect someone's life, it's a, oh, I did it? Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you told me. I'm really glad. Thank you. I'm glad to know that. And I try to make everyone, I think we all do, try to make all of those times that we hear that from you guys still a part of the wonder, that we go, how is this still happening over and over and over again? Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you found us.
Me too.